Hey bears, I am the Gaming-Grizzly and today I'm bringing you over 15 tips and tricks that we can learn from the Identity 5 Championships. Those tips and tricks are actually very specific and also advanced. So if you want to get some basic survival tips and tricks, make sure to check out this video, link is in the description below. And if you want to get 15 tips and tricks that we were able to learn from a North American tournament, check out this video. Also, the link is in the description below. Also make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below if you have a tip that you want to share with us, and let's make a little challenge. If I am talking about a tip that you have never heard before, you need to like, subscribe, comment, all these things, alright? Okay? Okay? You know what, let's start the video. Tip number 1. Forcing tinnitus. When a teammate is chaired, it can be a valid strategy to force tinnitus on the hunter, so they need to protect the chair. Tinnitus is triggered when you are close to the hunter. This will buy the rest of the team more time to decode or heal up. You have to adapt your strategy after this, since you are sacrificing one survivor. Tip number 2. Releasing tinnitus. This also works the other way around. In the clip shown, you can see that the seer is getting out of range for the hunter, which makes the hunter believe that the seer is not aiming for the dungeon anymore. As soon as teleport was activated, we can see that the seer is going back to the dungeon to secure the tie. Tip number 3. Body blocking as hunter. We all know how important it can be to body block as a survivor, but this can also work as hunter. Here we can see the breaking wheel utilizing his body to block off the escape route for the dancer. This buys him enough time to wait for the owl to disappear and to bring down the survivor quickly. Tip number 4. Cancelling the roller coaster. If you are able to get Anne's cats on a survivor that is about to use the roller coaster, you can use her skill to block the skills of the survivor to actually push the survivor out of the roller coaster mid-ride. This will definitely surprise the survivor and will give you a chance to land a hit. Tip number 5. Avoiding to look at the painter's painting. If you are able to properly avoid to look at the painter's painting, you are basically countering his skill completely. As soon as you hit or down the survivor, you are able to cancel out the attack recovery by looking at the painting, which will also disable it. Tip number 6. Double down late game. With a good coordinated team, you can push the cipher machines by going down. In this clip, we can see that the forward is healing the seer, which prevents the Dream Witch from picking him up and forces her to attack the forward. This bought just enough time for the rest of the team to finish that last cipher and bring up both teammates in time. Tip number 7. Bear traps. With a very well placed gamekeeper trap, you can prevent a forward from rescuing a survivor from the balloons. And not only that, you can go after the forward and still have enough time to bring down the survivor that was trapped in the bear trap. Tip number 8. Getting the attention of the hunter. Getting the attention of the hunter to buy more time for the teammates is a great strategy, especially if you're trying to get the attention away from a survivor that was on the chair before. Forcing the hunter to go for different survivors buys more time for the team to decode. Tip number 9. Breaking the line of sight. Helping teammates to break the line of sight so the hunter is forced to change targets. This is similar to the previous tip, but instead of shifting the attention of the hunter, you force them to find a new survivor by making them lose their current target. In this clip, it is done by the entomologist bees, which are giving the seer enough time to not only transition into a different area, but also completely lose the hunter by doing so. The seer was the best target for the sculptor early game, was already hit and used up his owl. This is buying the team a lot of time. Tip number 10. Predicting blink. Predicting blink can change the entire game flow. You can predict a blink by checking the hunter's movement and by listening to the blink sound cue. Blink is a trait a lot of hunters carry and you can expect them to utilize it if you are kiting them for a decent amount of time. Blink can also be used to avoid a forward stun, but if you can predict it, you will be able to rescue and the hunter's trait will go into cooldown. Tip number 11. How to chase a Gravekeeper early game. Gravekeepers are known to be a difficult target, especially in the early game. But if you get the chance to hit a Gravekeeper while he is utilizing his skill, you will not only deal damage, you also cancel out his skill, and the skill will be on cooldown for 20 seconds, which can turn him into a really good target early game. Tip number 12. How to kite the breaking wheel's wheel form. We all know you want to go into areas with a lot of obstacles and windows, which forces the breaking wheel to get out of its wheel form. But what if you are not able to get into this kind of area? Run in circles. This can buy a lot of time for your team to decode cipher machines, and it also works when it comes to rescuing teammates from rocket chairs. Tip number 13. Sear versus the breaking wheel. The breaking wheel's spikes are extremely dangerous, and the sear can be a good target for the breaking wheel. But by utilizing the owl in the right way, you can prolong your kite and buy a lot of time for your team. What you want to pay attention to is that you can only take one spike before you take the normal hit. Utilize the owl to block the second spike, because even if you take that hit, you won't go down, which will allow you to keep up the kite. This also works with other skills, for example the perfume. Here we can see the forward utilizing the perfume to get rid of that second spike. He takes the normal hit but is still able to continue the kite. The time you are buying with these tricks can make or break the match for you and your survivor team. Tip number 14. Rocket chair placement. During the game, you want to place survivors on rocket chairs near cipher machines. This will prevent the survivors from decoding the cipher machine, and if you're getting the chance to put the survivor between two cipher machines, you can even protect two cipher machines at once, while paying attention to the survivor that is on the chair in case of a rescue. Late game, when the exit gates are activated, you want to put the survivors as far away from the exit gates as possible. If you're putting a survivor on the chair close to the gate, it might give the rest of the survivor team the option to rescue and escape, especially with Tide Turner. It can be tricky to secure that survivor when he is on a chair close to the exit gate. Tip number 15. Going down with Tide Turner. Tide Turner gives you the ability to stay alive up to 20 seconds after taking a hit. Use these 20 seconds wisely. First of all, don't take additional hits from the hunter, since this can build up the presence even more. Second of all, get away from the teammates that are decoding. And third of all, try to get as far away from the nearest rocket chair as possible. All of these tips will help your teammates to decode longer and will ultimately help you to win your matches. Tip number 16. Be aware of the tram. You don't want to take a tram hit on the ever-sleeping town, ever, because that will stun you for 5 seconds, which can give the hunter enough time to bring you down or the survivors enough time to escape. But also keep in mind that by utilizing the tram as survivor, you can buy a lot of time, forcing the hunter to either join the ride, follow the tram, or change targets. Here in this clip we can see that the Gravekeeper is buying a lot of time by just utilizing the tram twice during his kite. Tip number 17. Rotate on the map and force the hunter to walk. This can be done in many ways. One, for example, can be the roller coaster on Moonlit River Park. Here we can see how the prisoner is ready in the roller coaster and the Dream Witch is anticipating that he will use it, but the prisoner is baiting it, letting the Dream Witch walk a long distance and then deciding to not use it. Tip number 18. Know the hit range of the hunters. This seems simple but can be a game changer. Here we can see how the cowboy knows that if he would want the pellet he would take the hit and probably end up being terror shocked. By avoiding the pellet for a moment, he is avoiding the hit and can keep up the kite for even longer. And those were over 15 tips and tricks that we were able to learn from the Identity 5 Championship 2021. I hope you learned something. I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye!